All right. I think I got this going. Testing, testing, blah, 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 doing the motions. Yep, boo, testing, testing. The tree is messing my lighting, but you know what? I don't care. I really don't care. Oh, you don't want to do that. Whoops. There you go. That's my apologies. All right. So, hello. Hi. Trying something out a little different. Sitting on my couch for this one. You know what? I should go get my glasses in case chat comes up. So let me go do that quickly. Hang on. Alright. That's much better. Now I can read the chat in case a message or two pops up. Get back in frame here. Alright. So, doing something a little different, as you could tell. Not in the normal spot. Got the Christmas tree in the background all lit up for the holidays. And this is going to be a video live. I'm doing this live. So I don't feel like editing and uploading. On my thoughts of the Devils. You got the post-game video last night, the post-game video rant. Now this is more in-depth. And how I think, A, the rest of the season will go. B, the quote-unquote future of the team. And just some general thoughts I've had as we're now into December here. It's December 2nd now. Over a quarter of the way into the season, you know. This is where you start seeing the teams that will make the playoffs, who the playoff contenders are, and who are the teams that probably aren't going to make it. You know, this is their last chance to prove something because once you get to January, February, the field is pretty much set at this point unless you get a miracle run like the St. Louis Blues had in 2019 when they went from, what was it, dead last to winning the Central, I think it was. So you rarely see that. So let's just get right into it. As of right now, the New Jersey Devils are currently 7th place in the Metro position. 20 total points, I think. 3 points ahead of the... No, they have 23. Columbus is the one who has 20. Yeah, so Columbus has 20 points. The New Jersey Devils have 23. So 3 points from the last place in the Metro. And you look at a game like last night, do you think that's a team that's a playoff team? Really? The way they performed last night against the San Jose Sharks, do you think that's a playoff team? I don't think so. I know they got some injuries, but you can't play like that against the worst team in the NHL and then come out and do whatever you did. I said it last night. The Sharks scored 5 goals on 15 shots. You can't be doing that and expect me for you to make the playoffs against the worst team in the league. You just can't. So you're looking at a point where it's December 2nd. You're 3 points out of last place. What do you do? It's going to be embarrassing to punt the season away because you had so many expectations going into the year. And to tell your fans and ownership that, hey, we're punting, that's a bad look. That's a bad financial look because a lot of people invested in this team, including myself as a new season ticket holder. I think they had over 1,000 new accounts between the end of between some point last season and the beginning of this season sign up for a ticket package of some sort. They increased ticket prices. You know, I get that. A winning team, you want to up your prices because you're, quote, on paper, a top team in the league. And just in general, like it's a bad vibe right now. It really is. So, do you punt? Do you just push it back? You're gonna waste a year of Jack Hughes. Some of these guys, do you just admit it? It's tough, but that decision has to come soon. You can't ponder and wait. Again, I said it last night. If you punt the season, I'm okay with it. It sucks, but I'm okay with it if you make the changes that need to be done. And that includes firing Lindy Ruff. I know he just got the contract extension. I don't care if he got the contract extension. He ain't doing his job. They waited 1 year too early to give him that extension. I know last season, we've been over it all last season. The best turnaround in point differential, 29 road wins, 13-game win streak, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I get all that. You don't give a coach a contract extension after 1 year of good success. You don't. He has to sustain it. He hasn't so far. And his structure just ain't doing it. It doesn't. So, that's the first step. I think that is a bigger first step right now than getting a player or a goaltender of some sort to help the team. And here is why. It is, once again, the structure. I don't think bringing in someone will help the team until Lindy Ruff is fired. I just don't. Because they're going to be in the same system he's running now. I don't see that as a success for the team moving forward if these players are coming in and Ruff is still the head coach. And that's the problem of giving him the extension. Because ownership now can look at it and be like, oh, we trusted you, we paid this guy, and now you just want to get rid of him immediately? That's a bad, bad look. So that is why giving him the extension was the problem, and I had that problem since the day it was announced on opening night. I was willing to give him a chance. I was. I thought, hey, you know what? Last year was amazing. And do I think it was all coaching last year? No, not really, because a lot of players took some major steps. Some of them have regressed this year, unfortunately. But I'm like, hey, the players like, that's another problem too. He's a player's coach, so the locker room guys like him. Jack Hughes speaks outstandingly of him. And I get that. He's a good coach for teams that are trying to rebuild, for teams trying to find themselves and get to a point. But he is not the guy to lead you on a playoff run and lead you to a Stanley Cup. He is not that coach. So, again, I don't know what they're going to do. I unfortunately think ownership has the front office handcuffed at the moment and won't fire him. So that is why I assume they're just going to punt the season. Unfortunately. So, that is that. Obviously, goaltender. You need a goaltender. I saw a thing today, Vitek Vanacek, one of, if not the worst goaltender with saves above expected in the league. I think it was, a minus 10.6. Schmid, I don't mind. I really don't. And I said it last night, the poor kid got put in a rough spot playing him in back-to-back games in a game he should have never been playing. I do. I think there's something there with Schmidt. 1A potential, maybe not, but a good 1B to have along the side. And that's the problem, not going out and getting a star goalie over the summer. Now, people are like, oh, they should have gotten Hellebuck. Okay, but that contract he got with Winnipeg, 7 years, after 3-4 years, that contract isn't going to be good. It's going to be bad. I wouldn't have mind Hellebuck on a 3-4 year deal. A nice bridge deal? I wouldn't mind that. But a full 7 years for a guy already that's 31 years old? That ain't going to age well. So, there's that dilemma. And also, there's really nobody else to get right now. That's the problem with trading for a goalie mid-season. Who are you going to get that's good? Jake Allen? I forget who else I saw, but, teams are not going to trade you a goalie mid-season, and it's tough to find a good goalie in general to develop one. And again, it goes back to the point, 2020 draft, when the Devils drafted Alexander Holtz. Holtz is starting to develop, by the way. Holtz is doing his job. I got no problem with the pick. But you look, there was, what's the dude's name? In Nashville. Ashcroft, there you go. He was there. He could have been taken. And I've seen a lot of redrafts with him as a Devil, and that's fine. But again, I have no problem with Alexander Holtz right now. The kid is on fire. He is I brought him up at the start of the year. He is showing that he deserves to be a part of this team moving forward. And this was his year to prove it. This was his last big year. And you know what? I'll give the kid, he's stepping up. He's doing his job. So I can't blame Holtz at all for, I think he should stay and get that contract. So good for Holtz. But just going back to the goalie thing, it's tough. You're not going to get a goalie mid-season. So again, it all goes back to the point. They just might punt. Punt the season. And I don't have a problem with it. It's just really, really sad and disappointing. That's what this season is going to come to. And let me make this clear. This team is not bad in the sense of, oh, they have no talent. They should be straight up tanking. No. This is just a major hurdle in this team becoming a cup contender. And I brought that up last night. Now this team had the third best cup odds going into the season. I had a problem with that. A team that hasn't even made it past out of the second round. It's like them giving odds to Toronto every year. Why? Oh, because of the freaking Maple Leafs? Give me a break. Maple Leafs. Oh, wow. You finally beat a team in the first round after all these years. Good for you. Proud of you, Toronto. Yeah, that certainly warrants you being a top 3-4 team in cup odds every single year. Good job, Toronto. They got Austin Matthews. Shut up. Enough of that, Toronto. Give me a freaking break. And don't they have injury to concerns of their own right now? I think their defense is like wrecked. So it's tough right now looking at what this team will do for the rest of the year. I won't be surprised if they punt. You know, I saw something recently, Tom Fitzgerald not being aggressive as people are making him out to be. And he's kind of hoping this team will get better in its current state. I don't know. You just saw Zadorov go to Vancouver for pennies on the dollar. What was it, a third next year and a fifth this year? Or the other way around, something like that? It's just not gonna, excuse me here, it's not going to, like, hang on. They traded him in division because it probably would have cost more for us to get him to come out here. So I don't really. It sucks, but you look at it. Toronto. It came out. Toronto would have had a retained salary if they would have wanted him. And now you're looking at Dougie Hamilton on injured reserve. Do they slide him over to LTIR, free up the $9 million, and try to go after someone? But again, are you going to try and save the year? That's the big question we're having. Again, I think they punt. It's going to be a tough pill to swallow after everything that happened over the summer and after all the hype and everything, just to say, hey, we're punting. And wasting a year of the huge prime, and everyone else. Look at a guy like Tyler Toffoli. He's a UFA in the summer. What happens with him? Does he walk? Do you pay him? I don't know. Just a bunch of tough questions right now for a team that's had a lot of expectations going into the year, and now it's December 2nd, and you're 7th out of 8th place in your own division, and got embarrassed last night by the worst team in the NHL, plain and simple. And now they go on the road. Vancouver Tuesday. You got to stop at Seattle, Edmonton, and Calgary along the way. Do your little West Coast, Pacific West Coast, Northwest swing. Not Pacific Coast, that comes later in the year. I honestly don't know what they do. I really don't. I said it last night. You want to make a statement, fire rough, but I don't think they do that. I really don't. I think they are handcuffed right now. And because all of that stupid... If the extension wasn't given, if they didn't give the extension to Lindy Ruff, I think he would have been gone. I really do. Either last night or today. If Ruff hasn't gotten that... If Ruff didn't get that extension, he would have been gone. So... I don't know. I do not know. What else here? I guess I could talk about how some players are performing this year so far. Jack Hughes doing his thing. That's an obvious one. Let's talk about guys who... you know what? Let's do this. Let's talk about some of the guys who have regressed. Dawson Mercer, for one. I know he scored last night, but he just hasn't been producing like he was at the end of last year and into the playoffs, Although, let me say this. He is our new Iron Man. Dude has not missed a single game so far in his career. Knock on wood, that continues. Knock on wood if you hear me. There you go. So I'll give him that. He's a constant in the lineup, but he just hasn't been that guy. On the score sheet, he's just out there, adjusting to new line mates. It's been tough. And the injuries have not helped at all, man. They haven't. I think I could call it an excuse. Is it the excuse? No, but it's definitely a excuse. This team hasn't been fully healthy for most of the season so far. And they got extremely lucky last year, avoiding the injuries. They really did. Jack Hughes only missed a couple games. Palat was out until January, but let's admit, Palat is not good. He is the anchor of this team. An anchor that just holds it back with his contract and rarely does things. Again, though, he scored last night, but That happens once in a blue moon. But this year, man, it's been rough. Injuries, and in Philly the other night, we almost lost Luke Hughes. I thought Luke Hughes died the way he got hit. And the way he was holding his shoulder and arm, it reminded me when Jack got killed against Seattle a couple years ago. Was it last year? Whatever. You know what I mean. Nico almost was out. He left the game for a little bit in Philly. He had face first on the ice. I thought he got another concussion, the poor kid. He was out for 11 games, and look how the team performed without him there. They were shit. So there's that. Jack was out for a few games. Yep, we know that. Dougie has now been placed on IR with a torn pec. It's just brutal. So he might not return this year. I mean, you're looking at February, March, but what's going to be the team at that point? They might be fucking bottom of the league by then, you know? So he might sit out. And then Eric Hall has been missing now for a few games. He might come back on the road trip. We finally got Timo back last night. He was out for a little while. It's tough to perform the way you are without your guys, you know? And it's not like in years past. Now, granted, it's not like in years past where, if one star guy goes down, that's it, because we have no one else on the team. But still, though, when you're without your captain for 11 games, that's rough, man. That gets really rough. But again, last night, you got destroyed by the San Jose Sharks. I cannot believe it. I really cannot believe it. The team blew it against the San Jose Sharks. And I know I went over it last night, but fuck. That was brutal. You can't be doing that against San Jose, man. You can't. That sucked. That really sucked. And it was tough, too, because both teams played the night before. But again, when you're starting a goalie back-to-back nights, you're just setting yourself up for failure. I don't get it. I know Vitek has been bad. I get it. I went over it. But you don't trust him against the San Jose Sharks? Like, that's bad. That is really bad sign when you can't trust a goalie for one game against the worst team in the NHL on a back-to-back. That just proves you have no confidence in the guy at all. His confidence is shot. Man. I don't know what this team does. Again, I really don't. Do you punt? Do you try to fix it? If you're going to fix it, do it fast. That's what you got. If you're going to try and fix this season, do it fast. Really. But what is worth saving if games last night is going to be the future of the team? Because I don't see them changing. I don't. Under Ruff, at least. Maybe you fire him, put in Travis Green. I know he got a raw deal in Vancouver, but it might change things up a little bit. What a mess. And again, it sucks because... Oh, there goes my cap. That is good iced tea. Snapple, not a sponsor, by the way. But hey, if you want to, sponsor me. Give me a call. I would gladly take Snapple as a sponsor. Yeah. Going into this year, all the expectations, this, that, and the other. And to see how this team has performed, and me going to games now constantly, it sucks. Like, I'm wearing my black and red scarf, you know? This was a gift I got, and now going to games, almost every game so far. I've missed 2 because I was away. It sucks, man. Just being there and seeing your team lose. I hate walking out of that building after a loss. It's a terrible, terrible feeling. It really is. I know we haven't performed well at home over the years, but shit. I hate going there just to see them lose. Like, that sucks. And I've been getting the jokes. Oh, you're the curse because you bought season tickets, this, that, and the other. You're now a season ticket holder of the team. No wonder why they're performing bad. Yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, I don't believe in curses. I don't. But it's like, shit, really? I maybe am. Maybe they're onto something. Am I the curse? Is this team losing because of me? Is that a thing? Like, if I don't reinvest for next year, and I don't know yet, and if they start winning again at home and stuff, then maybe that was it. Maybe it's been all me. I can't stop watching my tree, by the way. I love the light cycle. It goes my controller on my phone. And this is the design we have. It's called the snake effect. It goes up to the top. I love it. So yeah. I think that's about it. I went over everything. I guess I could some other players I've liked. I said Jack Hughes. Simon Nemec, by the way, in his first game, fantastic. I know I went over it last night a little bit, but I was really impressed with him. He is definitely showing he has that potential to be the guy, the number one guy for this team in the future. So, very good on him. I was impressed last night with him. I really was. Getting to see him in person, yeah, that was in a real game because I saw him a little bit in preseason, but getting to see him in his first game, that was special. I've now seen who have I seen in their first games? Luke. I was there for Luke. Fan appreciation night. That was great. Nemec last night. Jack I was there for. I saw not his first game, but when Timo first came home, I was there for that. That was a good one. When they showed him on the ice during warm-ups, everyone went, ah! Yeah, I've seen a couple of first games over the past couple of years, so that's been nice. So yeah, Nemec, he's looking like a guy. He is. I'm trying to think what else here. I think that's about it, really. Where am I at here with my little timer? Almost 30 minutes. Perfect. We'll wrap this up in a few. So, yeah, so this 4-game road trip coming up. All right, so let's deal with that, and then we'll wrap this baby up. So, 4 games, Vancouver, Seattle, Edmonton, Calgary. Man, it'd be really funny if they go into Calgary and a move is made. That'd be something. If you make the move for someone in Calgary, it's just a simple walkover. That'd be nice. Vancouver's hot this year. They'll probably lose to them. They haven't won in Seattle yet. Last year they almost did, but I think that went to a shootout, I believe. They won. We swept. I mean, look, last year we swept the Pacific, the Alberta thing, the Western into BC. We beat Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton all in the same road trip. That was part of the 13-game win streak. I don't think that happens again this year, unfortunately, but you never know. I mean, look, I'll end with this. and I said it last night, you're going on the road. Soul searching has to happen. If you're gonna, if you are going to show that you're gonna try and salvage whatever this season is, this is it. Last night was tough. Like, last night was bad. That's a game you should have won. You were on a 3-game winning streak. You had that handed to you on a platter. And you... nothing. So... it's tough because you're going on the road for a while. They ain't returning home. The first home game back is December 13th. So... shit. I don't know. If you want to prove you're legit, you got to win at least 3 of the 4. If not, I see them going 2-2 personally. But anything less than that, I think that's it. It's officially wraps. I think it was officially wraps after last night. I can't believe the San Jose Sharks of our team broke me. The Sharks. The frickin' Sharks broke me. Damn shame. Damn shame. So, alright. I'm going to wrap this up. Go finish watching the SEC title game. Championship Saturday. So, Tuesday night it begins. First game. I believe it's Vancouver, I want to say. I think it's Vancouver, the first stop. So, the hottest team in the league. Well, not the hottest, but definitely. They keep calling them this year's Devils. Who will be this year's Devils? And Vancouver's being crowned that. Annoying. But 9:30 puck drop. I think it's actually 10. Is it 10? Might be 10. I hope it's not 10:30, but oh well. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Again, I think they punt, but we'll see. We know what. Look, I'll end with this, and I know I've been trying to end it, but here's my final thought. We know the changes that need to be made as a fan base. I think we can come together with that. We know what needs to be done. All right? Now it's up to the front office, Tom Fitzgerald, and ownership to make it happen, all right? I trust Fitzy. Fitzy has earned my trust. Now, do it. Make the moves. Again, it doesn't have to be salvaging the season. You know, if you want to salvage the season, okay. Try and salvage whatever this is. You've dug yourself into a deep hole, though. Okay? You've dug yourself deep, and you keep digging. And last night did not help at all. So, if you're going to try and do it, get it done. I would love to, please try to do this. Maybe they do. And you know what? Hey, maybe this team, it does have something in them. But if you're going to punt, then make your moves in the offseason. And we know the moves that need to be made. So if you're going to punt, do it in the offseason. And do them right. All right. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the little live stream with the view behind me. If you want to see more of this, let me know. I'm sitting on my couch right now. I got my feet up. I love it. Hands back. Sometimes sitting at a chair in a kitchen, it just... So this is a more relaxed, staged set. So that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. If you stopped by or watching the replay, I appreciate it. Excuse me. So yeah, I will see you all for the next one. And I guess the next sit-down video, unless major breaking news happens, will be... Now let's go with the All-Star break, all right? So until then, or until my next video, see you all later. Have a good night, everybody.